What's up, everybody? It's Wicked Jeremy back to you with another how-to. This time we're going to show you how to start your Minecraft server, vanilla, modded, forge, whatever. Start your Minecraft server without a mod or remote connections automatically. In this video, I will not go into depth on how to create a server. I'm going to assume that you already know how to set up your IP and your static and all that stuff. I'm simply just going to show you the basics and how to start it up automatically. Okay, let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to right click on your desktop or wherever you want your server file folder to be and do a new folder. Name it appropriately to whatever you want. Server 1.8 and enter. Then you're going to go to the browser of your choice. Hopefully it's not Internet Explorer because that's horrible crap. And then you're going to click on 1.8 or 1.7, whatever version you want to use. I actually use 1.7 on my modded server because it's more compatible with mods. But if you're just using vanilla or very few mods, then 1.8 is the way to go. So you're going to I use the recommended installer. So you click the window installer. It will download. Once it downloads, double click it. And this will install your forge. First thing you want to do is install the client side of the forge. You need both the client side and the server side on your computer for it to work correctly. So install the client to the Minecraft base folder. It's automatically selected by default. I'm not going to go into that because I'm not going to do it because I've already got it installed. Once you've got the client side installed, click the install server and then select the file folder that you are going to have your server in. Mine's on the desktop, server 1.8, and then click open. Okay, then you're going to click OK, and it's going to install some files, and we're going to have to wait a few minutes for it to do that. Meanwhile, let's talk about Minecraft. I recently heard that Minecraft 10 is going to come out soon, and it's going to add some stuff. It's going to be cross-platform with all the Windows 10 tablets and Xbox and all that stuff. I'm excited. It's going to be a free upgrade if you already own Minecraft. If you do not own Minecraft, then it's going to cost you $10, which is an awesome price point. I recommend highly on grabbing it if you haven't grabbed it already. The beta for Minecraft 10 starts on January 29th, 2015, unless they change their mind, but that's the planned date as of now. Okay, back to the tutorial, guys. Successfully downloaded and installed the Minecraft server. Click OK. Then you're going to go into the server file, and you're just going to click on your Forge universal jar, fire it up one time. You should get an error after it installs some needed files, like so. And you can see here, failed to load EULA.txt. You need to agree to the EULA in order to run the server. Go to the EULA text file for more information. So you're like, well, that sucks. Let's take care of that. So automatically they've installed this text file here. So you're going to double click it. And you're just going to change this EULA equals to true, all lowercase. And then just file and save. By changing it to true, you're agreeing to their terms of service. And so file save and then close. And now just fire up your server again. This time you should not have that error and it should load your server correctly. It does take a minute for it to pop up. Then you should see it loading, blah blah blah, loading. It shouldn't take this long. Take very long because we don't have any mods in it yet, so it doesn't have to load those. Let's see, it looks like it's about 60% done. And you know it's complete because it says it's done. So yay, your server is up. So we're going to close our server by typing stop in the command window. And it will close down almost immediately. The next thing you want to do is go into your server properties, and you're going to say open with, and you're going to select Notepad or Notepad++, whatever you decide to use, and it's going to open. These are your server settings, your OP permission level, allow nether true. I mean, you can go through here and change whatever. The default Minecraft port is 25565. In order to have your server working properly, you need to open that port. Please refer to other videos about port forwarding. This video is not going to touch base on that. However, if you would like me to touch base in a detailed tutorial about how to make a server, I'd be glad to. Just make a comment in the comments below, and I'll make a video for you. And then this is where you're going to put your IP address. Once again, we're not going to go into that. You should already have your static IP set up, and you should already know your IP address. If you don't know how to find your IP address, just hold down the Windows button and click R. At the same time, it will bring up a window. Type CMD like so. CMD. And then it's going to come up with this window, and you're just going to type IP config, and it's going to come up with all this stuff. And depending on whether you're using Wi-Fi or Ethernet, it'll tell you your IP address with your this is the Wi-Fi version, so mine would be this. It would be the local IP6 address, or IP4 address, I mean, 192.168.1.78, and that's what you would actually put there if your port is open, which it's not, so, well, we'll go ahead and do that. 192.168.1. I think it was 77, who knows. But you need to be on a static IP, otherwise your IP will change every 24 hours or whatever you have it set to, and people won't be able to connect to your server, including yourself. I do not want PvP in my server, so I'm going to change it to false. PvP means that players can attack each other and hurt each other. Enable command block. If you want to use cheats, then change that to true. I don't use cheats on mine, but whatever. The MOTD is the message of the day. You can change this every day to whatever you want it to say. Mine's going to say, welcome to Wickedcraft, because that is the name of my server. And then you're going to just say file and save. That will save your settings. Okay, and then to make sure it's all set up correctly, you're just going to double click on your server file again. We're going to see if it loads without any errors. It may error out because oh, I forgot to, yeah, see, it's errored out because I don't have it, the port's not set up, it's not static. So for the sake of the video, we're going to go back in here and edit this IP address out, because it's not actually going to work, because it's not actually my IP address anyway. Okay, save it. For the sake of the video, we're going to start the thing up, and it will load and say everything is hunky-dory. There we go. Once it's finished loading the server, we'll close the server out, and then I'll show you how to make that start bat that will allow you to start your Minecraft server automatically without you having to be there. Okay, server's done. You know this because it says so right there. Okay, we're going to type stop in the command prompt. That will save everyone's settings and loot and not have anyone angry at you. Okay, now the next thing we're going to want to do is make sure that we have the appropriate Java installed for our computer. So we're going to see if we have 64-bit or 32-bit Windows, and also look and see what kind of RAM I have on my system. So if you've got this little file here, just right click, say File Explorer, and you're going to go over to this PC over here on the left hand side and right click that, click properties, and then you can see here that I have installed RAM 8 gigs and I'm running a 64-bit system. So we need to have 64-bit Java. If you're not sure if you have 64-bit Java and you just want to make sure, you can always uninstall Java and reinstall it at any time. So we're going to want to install Java. So we just open up a tab, type Java into the search bar. Oops, not Java. And then click on the first response. Now this is the 32-bit download. If you've got the 32-bit, then you just install this. You'll be good to go. If you've got 64-bit, you need to come over to the left-hand side and click on the All Java Downloads link. And then select the Windows Offline 64-bit download and install that. And I'll put this link in the comments as well. Alright, now we're going to go back into our server folder and we're going to right click and we're going to say new and we're going to do text document. Don't do rich text. We don't want that. We want text. And we're not going to worry with naming with it right now. We're going to double click. I'm going to paste my code in here. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had that code put. So let me just double click here and copy my page, my stuff over, and then close it. Double click here and paste. Right click paste. Okay. At echo off semicolon start. This is what's going to start your server automatically. This pathway here is wherever your Java is installed. So in order to get the pathway for your Java, you're going to want to once again open up this file explorer. This time we're going to go over to the OS C drive where my Windows is installed. Double click. And if you've got 32-bit version, then it will be most likely in the program files x86. If you've got 64-bit, then it will just be in the program files. Double click it, look for Java, double click Java. This is the Java version 1.8, so double click that. Double click bin, and then scroll all the way down till you see javaw.exe. Right click, properties, and then copy this location address right here. If it freaking work, there it goes. Copy it, close all this stuff out, and you're going to want to paste it right here. Make sure you leave the quotations in and the backslash java.exe right there, and just paste this over it. And now you have the correct version. If you do not have 64-bit, please delete the -D64. I will probably just make two comments here, one for 32-bit, one for 64-bit. This is the amount of RAM that Minecraft is allowed to use. Minimum 2 gigs, maximum 6 gigs. I have 8. I left a couple gigs for other applications to run, and it wouldn't crash. That way, if you use all 8, it's going to crash more than likely if anything else happens. Like if another program pops up, it's going to make your server crash. So at least leave minimum 2 gigs available for your PC. And if you're playing Minecraft on your server, I would recommend leaving at least 3, but that's up to you. Okay, the MaxPermSize is the amount of Java space used on your hard drive for information. 128 is the default, just leave that. The next thing here is your file that you want to start. If you're using Minecraft Vanilla, then just use the Minecraft name for the file, or if you're using Forge, then you actually need to use the actual Forge name. And it needs to be legit, like the legit name. So I always just say rename and then copy, and then I go over here and I hover over this, but I leave the dot jar there and I paste it like so. So it will look like this. And then below that line, you want to type goto, no space, all one word, goto, space, start. And I don't want the pause there because I want it to start automatically without me having to hit a button. So I'll delete that. And then you're going to, once you've got that all situated, you're going to go File, Save As. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Start Server. And then change this drop down here, type as to all files, and then add a .bat on the end. Make sure the all files stay. Sometimes it reselects the old way, and then just click save. Then you can close this out, and if it worked correctly, you can delete this one because it's not necessary, and you will have this geared bat file here that says start server. Now, instead of starting your server with the forge, you will no longer start with that. You will double click this. Oh, that means I have an error, so I'm going to close that out and edit this and see what's going on. See program files, Java. That's right, that's right. All of that looks right, so I'm not sure what is the deal. Let's try it again. Okay, so something's wrong. So I'm glad this happened during the video. So see the program file here? We're just gonna go right back to File Explorer, go to C, go to Program Files, go to Java, Java version, bin, scroll all the way down for this one, and we're going to properties again, just in case we copied it incorrectly, which is possible. And then we're going to go back in here, and we're going to paste over this again. Make sure you have that / there, and then file save again. And then let's see what the issue is. And that's how it should start. I must have had a space in there or something. Just be very careful. Like I said, I've done it 1,000 times and I just made a mistake. It's pretty easy to do. But if you do it correctly, your little server should pop up and start and load. And depending on if you have mods, it'll take longer. If not, you know. Now, if it's done, it'll say done just like it was. Now, to know if it'll start up automatically on its own, you just close it out. And make sure this CMD window, black box here, stays open at all times, because if you close it, then this will not work. It will not start up automatically. But you can see that it started up on its own. So if you have like minor crashes or something, it'll start up automatically. You don't have to worry about it. Now, if you want to work on your server or add mods, you must close this CMD window first, and then stop your server, or it will keep starting over and over and over. So stop, like so. Now, if you're running on a Windows computer that's not just for your Minecraft server, and it has Windows updates, and it restarted, or your power went out and it restarted, here's a way to also get the start bat to start up automatically if your computer gets reset. So you're going to hold down your Windows key, your Windows button on your keyboard. At the same time, press R. That will pop this up. And then you're going to type shell semicolon startup. Just like that. And then click OK. This is going to open up the Windows startup folder. If you're on Windows 7, you can just click Start Menu. And then click on Programs. And then click on Startup. And then just make a shortcut. For your bat file, and then just drag that shortcut over into the startup menu, and just close it out. That way, when your computer restarts, the server will automatically start up on its own. It's pretty handy. So if your electricity goes out, lightning or whatever, and you're not home and you're playing Minecraft, and it goes out, it will automatically start up. Now your computer has to come on, obviously, for it to start up on its own, but it will start up. I'm going to delete this because, once again, this is not my server computer. This is just my tutorial server computer. Alright, so that's it, guys. That's an easy way, without any mods, to start up your server. If you have any questions or suggestions, please comment. If you would like a more detailed video on how to do a port forward and uh, create your server from scratch, step by step, please comment. I would be happy to do the video, or any other video. Make a suggestion. And I'll be doing more Minecraft videos, especially when Windows 10 beta comes out. I'll be streaming that. So please like and subscribe for more how-to videos. Thanks again.